What is going on, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Yeah, we got more Rise of the Duelist news. Actually, the very last 6 cards of the set. Some pretty interesting stuff here. Some pretty fun stuff. Usually when you get the last couple cards of a set, at least this is for the OCG. If you don't know also, the OCG gets 80 card core sets. We get 100 card core sets because they get so many cards before us and different sets than us. They use those last 20 slots for our set to import, different cards that they have that we don't, and potentially get TCG exclusive cards as well. So just keep that in mind. This is the final cards of the 80 cards for the OCG list. That we're still getting all these cards, and then we get 20 more, but we won't find that out for another couple, 2-3 months. So but this is the finalizing list of Rise of the Duelists. It's really cool. Some really interesting cards here. I already took a gander over them, but yeah, let's go through them together. Today, we're looking at Gizmek Kuramitsuha. Look at his design real quick. I love the artwork. The artwork is so badass. He looks so clean. Really cool. The Gizmeks always look super cool. Anyway, this is Gizmek Kuramitsuha, the Draconic Deluge Divinity. He's a level 10 water machine effect monster with 2950 attack, 2950 defense. You can only use his third effects once per turn. Each, and the first effect reads: if 2 or more monsters special summoned from the extra deck are on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect, you can pay 1500 life points as cost, destroy all monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck. Also, you can attack with only 1 monster for the rest of this turn. And the third effect, if this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, banish 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard, then gain life points equal to its attack. So, kind of a lot going on here. The first effect, pretty nice. I mean, like, it could have been easier, but that's not that crazy. Keep in mind, it does not mean that you have to put, it doesn't mean your opponent has to put 2 monsters from the extra deck. You can put 2 your own on the field. Just also keep in mind that second effect destroys all monsters on the field from the extra deck. So it also, if you have your own, you will be destroying those as well as your opponents. So just keep those in mind. They are just generic to both players. The second effect is a pretty good board wipe, I think. Like, it is just kind of like a Raigeki to extra deck monsters, but build that into a big body like this. Yeah, you probably won't be able to OTK because you only get 1 attack for the rest of the turn. That's kind of a bummer, but I still think, like, depending on the situation, wiping a board can put you in just such an advantageous, like, board position that you could have a chance to just walk away with a duel like that. And the third effect, it's a nice little float. Yeah, it could be battle, it could be by card effect, but if he's sent to the graveyard by either way, as long as it's from your opponent, you do get to, like, DD Crow a card from their grave, which is pretty cool, and then you get to, like, get a nice little bonus, thing of life points. It's a nice little float tacked on to the end of a card. I think the summon condition isn't crazy. The board wipe is pretty nice, but it does have its back fall, or whatever you want to call it, the downside. And then third effect is just a nice little bonus on top. So I think it's a pretty cool Gizmek. I don't know how great it will be. Maybe there's a strategy, but I can't think of one right off the top of my head where this will, like, specifically fit in. But yeah, really cool card nonetheless. Next up we have Dice Try Again. Dice Try Again, like nice try again. It's a quick play spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. The effect says, roll a 6-sided die, and if the result is 1 or 6, you can add 1 card that has a dice rolling effect from your deck to your hand. Otherwise, you have to roll a 6-sided die and apply the appropriate effect. If you roll a 1 or 6 on the second roll, you get to return this card from the field back to your hand. But if you get a 2, 3, 4, or 5 again, 2, 3, 4, or 5 again, you have to return this card on the field to the top of the deck. So it's a pretty cool card. I mean, like, obviously the first thing that jumps out to me is, like, Archfiends. That's, like, the main archetype I think of when I think of, like, decks that are built around rolling dice. And there are, like, some other, like, really cool cheeky cards that, like, if they resolve, you can, like, win the duel immediately, like, type stuff, like, really, really powerful effects, but obviously it's a huge gamble. It's a cool card. I mean, like, it's a potential Rhoda, and if it doesn't work, you also have the potential to add it back to your hand. And it's quick play, so it can only be activated once per turn, but you can just set it and then activate it on your opponent's turn, potentially get a search for the next turn or something. It's cool. It's cheeky. It's a dice rolling card. Like, what do you want from it? Next up, we have Dragoon Lamp. It's a really cute artwork. You have, like, a little raccoon guy that's, like, half lamp. let's see, he's a level 4 fire worm monster. It's worm, I guess. I don't know why, but it is. Its attack is 500. Its defense is 2,000. Its first effect says once per turn. Quick effect. You can discard a worm monster, and then this card will gain 1,000 defense until the end of this turn. And the second effect says once per battle, if this attack position card battles another attack position monster during damage calculation, you can apply both battling monsters' defenses for damage calculation. Again, this is one of the cute cards you'll see at the end of sets when they're revealing stuff. You're going to see the stuff that's like this guy that's a little more interesting, like competitively, and then you're going to see some stuff like this. That's just kind of cheeky. It's cool. It's cool battle phase stuff in a worm-based archetype. It's fun. That's all it really is. Next up, we have Junk Sleep, a new trap card, continuous, actually. You can only use each effect on its first and second effects once per turn each. You can use both in the same turn. First effect, if your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster or monsters, you can change all face-down defense position monsters you control face up to attack position. And then the second effect, during the end phase, you can also change all monsters you control to face down defense position. So this card's really cheeky. This card's pretty cool for like flip-based decks. Stuff like crawlers, stuff like sub-terrors are the first things that come to mind for me. It's pretty cool. I really think it has like, I think it's a really cool card for decks like that. Unfortunately, sub-terrors, like outside of Guru, you really don't focus around that flip effect like too often, and you already have ways to flip him up. So like, it's really not the craziest thing in that deck, and that's like the most competitive like flip based deck in the game. But I think for stuff like crawlers, like where you're running more mass, like in larger mass, like cards that want to be flipped up and flipped down like faster, this card could be nice. I like that it just like gets you a quick flip up, then flips you down, and then sends you on your way. I mean, like even the stuff is like simple as like Man-Eater Bug. I mean, like this card makes Man-Eater Bug able to like disrupt your opponent. It makes him a disruption, which is kind of funny. Like your opponent normal summons a monster, you chain this, like Salamangreats, a lot of times they can't play through their normal summon getting disrupted. You flip Man-Eater Bug, you pop up their normal summon, and they're like, wow, that's pretty tough. So it's cool. I mean, that's all I'm saying. It's cool. It's cool for those decks. Next up, we have Red Potan. I never thought we'd see more Potan support, but we got it right here. He is a level 1 Fire Fairy effect monster, 100 attack, 200 defense. We're a real chungus. And he has 2 effects that are hard once per turn, both. First effect, you can target one Potan monster you control. It is treated as a tuner until the end of the turn. That could be itself, which is pretty nice, honestly. It's level 1. You can make it just like a tuner, make a needle fiber, make plays that way. I don't know. And then the second effect, if either player synchro summons a monster while this monster is on the field, you can special summon a Potan monster straight from the hand or deck. That's a nice extender. I don't really know what Potans, whatever Potans like to do. But that's nice. I mean, like, I don't know how hard it is to get a synchro summon off, like, while this guy is, like, on the field. Like, you need to get him on field. He doesn't get himself on field. Then synchro summon with other monsters. Then get his effect. So I really don't know how tough that is, but I don't know. It seems interesting. And I like his design. He's really cute. I like his big brows. Little big eyebrows. And the last card we have here is another interesting card that kind of goes along with this guy in terms of like actually being kind of interesting for the metagame. We have Koakai Miru Supplier. This is a level 4 Earth Rock effect monster. I know we haven't seen these in a long time, but we finally just saw them get a little bit of a resurgence with Animatia. So let's take a look at what he does. He has 1,400 attack, 1,600 defense, and he has 2 hard once per turn effects, but they can be activated in the same turn. First effect, if a face-up rock monster you control is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Not bad, not super hard to do. I mean, really, he gets out of the hand pretty easy. Second effect, if this card is special summoned. Oh, okay. Special summons himself pretty easily, and then he has effect on special summon. Great. You can add either one Iron Core of Koakai Miru, or one card that specifically lists Iron Core of Koakai Miru in its text, except for another copy of itself from your deck to your hand. Okay, so this card's like nice. I think this card could be a potential like cool card in Animatia. It depends like where we see Animatia go. Of course, it's like super new right now. People have been messing around with it. Very recently, I've been hearing people say that like the go Gaga do builds, whatever they are, playing like the Gaga Utopia type stuff. are like the best because those are rocks and they actually have like legit good like search cards to increase consistency in the deck. But then you just see more standard builds that were like kind of the first builds you see with people playing like Koakai Miru, Overload, and Guardian just for like monster negates and summon negates because they're still pretty cool. They're nice normal summons, they're beaters because they have their benefits on their own as well. So in those types of lists, this could be a potential card that does make those a little bit better. It's a nice consistency card. It's a nice extender, and it gets you a search for another one, which is really cool. And I don't know, there could be some also other like Koakai Miru like cards that I'm not aware of, as far as like I don't know, just like spells and traps, other monsters other than like the rock monsters people are playing right now. I definitely am going to go in after this video and do a little research on what else this card can search because that's pretty cool to me. And yeah. Pretty cool. So a nice little round out to like see some fun stuff, some cheeky stuff. But then we have like this stuff like the Gizmek and this guy being potential players in the meta game, but we'll have to wait and see. But we have the full Rise of the Duelist list, at least for the OCG's part, and then we're just waiting on our 20 cards that we'll get in the next couple of months. But pretty exciting either way. So guys, let me know your thoughts on these 6 new cards. What's your favorite here? Do any of these get you excited? I'm excited to see what you guys think here, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, of course, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.